Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snowfell, a temple of Aphrodite. I am Evangeline, and I will be your host and oracle this evening. Got that? I got that intro. I got that intro. Sorry. Sorry. Got really excited about how well that went. I'm gonna practice that. Hello, everyone. Um, Sorry to disappear on you, but I don't know why, but I wanted to show you this little rose quartz egg I have. I've had it for a while, but I don't know, it's been really speaking to me right now. I just saw it and I was like, let me show everyone. See? Isn't they so cute? I love eggs. I don't know. The symbolism of eggs is just it really speaks to me. You know that there's an alternative story about Eros and how like instead of him being the son of Aphrodite, he is a primordial god and he was hatched from an egg. I think that's just so magical. Anyway, um, I am going to, like I said before, be your oracle this evening. I am going to lay out a spread, I suppose, and we'll get into it. I treat all of my I'm starting to treat my tarot card readings as a visitation here at the temple, and yeah. So let's see who's visiting us. If this, I did such a good intro, and now I'm all over the place, but if you resonate with this reading, then you are our visitor today. If you do not resonate with this reading, then you are a fellow oracle today. And yeah, you get to just bask in the atmosphere of the temple, which has been newly decorated. I hope you like it. I hope you like all of that. We also have some music playing. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted or anything like that. We'll see. If I do, then I just stop playing this type of music. But other than that, yes, welcome all, visitor and oracle. Um, let's see who is visiting, and we'll get into all the details of that. Why they're visiting, the questions that they have, which I think are two separate things. I think that while you visit the Temple of Oracle is different than what the actual question is. Oops, sorry about that. I'm dropping my paraphernalia. Which, isn't that just describing, like, I don't know if I'm using that word right, but is paraphernalia just things that you have? Like your things? Is that what that means? And that's why they put an adjective to it, like a specific type of paraphernalia? Right? Or is it, things that you have that you shouldn't have? Or maybe is like not socially accepted to have? Anyway, I was just trying to use a fun word, word fun. Someone owes you words. Whoever's visiting is going to provide an apology or is owed an apology. Interesting. Um, Maybe they're going to apologize to us, the oracles, our visitor here today. Perfect. Okay, so let's get into it. It looks like our visitor today is going to be represented by the star. I have to be strategic in. Oh wow, look how perfect. I wish I could. Can I move this finger? Yeah. I don't mean to flip you guys off, but our visitor today is going to be the star. And the reason for the star's visit is they are threes are for long. Like, it's really easy to see this card and think heartbreak, right? But I wanna be very like fair in how I address each card, and I like to address them by the number and the suit they're in, and then the picture that it's depicting. So threes are all for striving for. Swords are about openness or mentality. And so this is striving for, it's giving longing. This person has a deep longing. Which is kind of interesting for the star to be paired with longing. It's so wish fulfillment, you know. The star card is so wish fulfillment, and this is such wishful energy. So they come here wishing for something. Okay, so how can we help with that? First, I want to know a little bit about. Well, I guess the reason why they're here is the question, so scratch what I said earlier, but let's look a little bit into their background. Like, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Like you come here for aphrodisiac advice about heartbreak, so you are longing for some type of love or a reconnection. Can you give me a little bit more of a background on that? And that's going to be represented by the Seven of Cups. So there's lots of like confusion, maybe in this relationship that you're currently in, or that's kind of like what I'm getting. Let's look a little bit into the aspirations, which is a little bit more into like your question or the reason why you're here. And that's going to be represented by two cards. That's going to be the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. So your aspirations are to, you want to leave something. You want to leave something. Your aspirations is to leave something, to let go of something. With the Five of Cups energy, your aspiration is to be like bored in a sense. Like maybe you're overwhelmed with the Seven of Cups. It gives a lot of, sevens are all about struggle. Cups are all about emotion or agreeability, and there's options here. So you're struggling with your emotional options like this, or your social options. And you're looking to let go. It's like, it's kind of giving me a little bit of, this could be our visitor here, the star, could be courting or being courted, like kind of like in a dating game, and they're kind of like, I'm hating this. It's giving this, I want to just not do this anymore. It's very much like, this is someone who's like done playing the field or has been done playing the field. If they ever play the field, it's giving a little bit of like, I'm tired of going through, I'm tired of talking to this person and not working out, and this person and not working out, and this person and not working out, and this person not working out. It's like, I want to settle with this. The fours are all about settlement, and cups are agreeability. Fives are conflict, and cups are agreeability or emotions. So this is, they want to settle. They want to be able to tell people no. They want to be like, no, I'm not on the market. I'm not interested. Like this, that's what it's giving me. It's giving me a little bit of like, it's giving me a little bit of like, I'm tired of people coming up to me with no value. On the side of, did I put that in the right order? I don't think so. That's better. That seems right. So on the side in which they're looking for settlement, they also have attached to that the Strength card. They're just enduring right now. They're just going through the phases. You're like, okay, well, it's like kind of like, if we're gonna get a little bit more modern about it, it's kind of like if you did speed dating and you know, you went this weekend, you went last weekend, you went the weekend before that, you went the weekend before that, and then next weekend, and the weekend's coming up, so it's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go do that again and keep trying, whatever. Is like this kind of giving me a little bit like, I guess the question here is how do I find someone of value? How do I make this work? How do I get out of the dating game? And then with the Five of Cups, we have attached to that is going to be the Six of Wands. Six are all about return. Wands are all about extroversion or exertion. And this imagery is giving celebration. So this is someone who is like, I want to be able to tell, no, I'm already cuffed. A little bit redundant, but hey, confirmation. It's giving a little bit like, I don't want, like I want, or it's giving, I want to tell people I am partnered. I'm tired. I'm tired of being like, yeah, I'm single. You know, it's like, it's kind of giving them, I'm tired of telling people that I'm not interested in them just because I'm not interested. I want to tell people that I'm not interested in them because I've already found somebody, is what it's giving. For our visitor today, our visitor is coming in with this energy. I'm gonna say that on the side of just, well, actually, let's go into this. I'm like, let's say, what are your options here? As an oracle, I always want to know what you think is your options, and then we can play off of that before we get into some guidance cards or whatever. Should I start letting you guys know that one deck is going to be the one deck is going to be the visitor, their background story, and the other deck is going to be the divine goddess, or the divine goddess, of course, the divine guidance from the goddess Aphrodite, which I think I would love. You know, I've been seeing a lot of love decks, and I think I might get one. I haven't been to Barnes and Noble in such a long time. I might go there, and there's a Starbucks in there, and I might get me something pink. I don't know. I don't know if I'll necessarily do the pink drink. I don't know if I'm feeling like that, but it's raining right now. I'm not gonna go outside while it's raining, cause I'm a witch. I don't want to melt. But I would love a little Barnes and Noble trip. Go to the spiritual section of the Barnes and Noble has always been. Always, I mean, you could probably guess, and if you're watching this, you might feel the same way. But that's my section. That is my section, and they keep on coming out with new tarot cards or whatever. I think I might get a love oracle deck, to do my to do the goddess interpretations. I think that would be great. But anyway, sorry for chatting it up so much. So what are our options? What do you think your options are right now? And then we can talk about that specifically. It looks as though, let's do it like this. So option one is going to be the High Priestess. So this is going to, like, your one option is like, it's almost like the feminine version of hermit mode, is what this is giving me in this particular sense. Now, this is giving me like nunnery. This is very much giving me like our visitor today is like either I get some, it's giving me, this is the last straw. I'm going to come to the temple or Aphrodite, ask the oracle what I should do. If I don't like what I hear from the oracle, it's giving, I'm gonna throw myself into oracleness. I'm going to just be an oracle. I'm just going to live in the temple. Like, it's very much like that one option that you're thinking about is coming to join us permanently, just to be an oracle. Yeah, you don't date. Yeah, you're not interested in other people unless it's just to pass on divine knowledge. That's what this is giving. So option one, which, you know, if you do choose to do that, you're absolutely welcome. We'll be glad to have you. We'll be glad to have you. Just because you think that that's an option for you, we'll be glad to have you. Glad to have you. Option two is going to be represented by the tower, and that is you're just going to crash out, which I think is also a fun one. That's a fun option. Um, you're just going to, you know, you're going to like play the game. Like it's giving very much like the options here is good witch or bad witch, and fun, very fun, very very fun. It's either you're gonna just mind your business or you're gonna be a terror to everybody. I don't see what the problem is with being both, but let's look into maybe like let's look into I want to say the obstacles in these options. What's making the option not yeah, what's making your options not like a no-brainer? For option 1, the the reason why this is not a no-brainer, or just the reason why you haven't just decided to join us, is because of the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun. So this is like you have very high hopes. You have very high hopes. You think that you absolutely believe that there is like, okay, I'll break it down. Nines are all about status. Cups are all about agreeability or emotions, and this is giving very accomplished energy. So you believe that you could be in a very happy relationship or a very satisfying, comforting relationship. It's like you kind of like you feel it. You feel it, whether like you know it, like if you, I don't know, studied or whatever it is, you just have this feeling like it could be done. And especially emphasized with the Sun, like, you know, that would make you exceptionally happy. So you don't really want to give up on the dream, which makes a lot of sense. And I, you know, as an Oracle Aphrodite, I agree with you. Yes, of course you have the potential to. I mean, you wanna join us here at the Temple of Aphrodite. Of course you're gonna have a loving relationship when it is that you find that relationship. So I agree with you. I understand. I get it. Um, who am I talking to personality wise? Social. We're talking to someone who's social here. Definitely in the romantic area. Definitely welcome. Definitely welcome. As far as why being a menace to society is not a no-brainer option, the reason for that is going to be represented by the Ace of Wands and the Child of Wands. So this is giving like the Child of Wands, or as most people know it as the Page. Um, children or pages represent openness in my tarot card readings, at least. Um, and paired with the wands with this extroversion or exertion, this is someone who is like, or this is very much that, it's almost that brat energy. I love this. I love who I'm talking to. Yeah, this brat energy. Very brat energy. And with the Ace of Wands, that's just pure exertion. This is like, it's kind of giving me like the reason why you might not want to do it is because it's giving me a little bit like it's a domino effect. Like if you do this and you have to keep doing this, you have to keep doing this, you have to keep doing this. It is giving me a little bit like you might not. These options are pretty good options, I have to say. So I can see why it's a little bit difficult for you to just be like. I feel like your options are options because they're both good options, not because you have two bad options. They're just not exactly what it is that you're looking for. Um, it's also, yeah, it's really giving me witch energy. Really, really giving me witch energy. Um, it's giving me, it's just a lot of exertion. It's just a lot of exertion. And that's not necessarily bad. And you probably have the energy to do it. But, this could be any of the romantic personalities, honestly. I just got borderline, I just got histrionic. If you haven't been following my videos before, I like to interpret our visitors by personality just to kind of gauge the best advice to give them. Just coming to me, I think that's the best way to give advice is to understand who you're giving the advice to. And I would say that our visitor today definitely comes from the fourth group, the romantic group. Um, If you don't know, the other groups are group three is going to be romantic resistant. That's going to consist of the narcissist, the antisocial, and the obsessive. And then group two is going to consist of, group two is going to be unromantic, and that's going to consist of paranoid, schizoid, and schizotypal. And then group one is going to be the romantic desperate group, and that's going to consist of avoidant, dependent, and repressed energy. So when I say social, I mean I'm talking to someone who is like, I wanted to start calling it distracted because I feel like that's probably how their disorder is going to present itself, or maybe enthusiastic. I don't know. That still seems like a good word, but yeah, who we're talking to here is definitely in the romantic group. I'm not sure exactly where. They might be a fluctuating personality type where they move within the group. I'm starting to find that that is really prevalent in people. Is there are some people who stick to one personality, and there are some people who flex between the three in their personality group, and then I do think that there are people who flex between one group or the other, back and forth depending on whether they're excited or not, that's extroversion, or if they are in good company or not, and that's going to be based off agreeability. um, so yeah, very, very interesting options. Very, very interesting options. Very romantic options. Let us ask the goddess Aphrodite what she thinks would be the best advice for you today. So we got the Elder of Cups, and that is going to be the elders are all about conscientiousness, and then the cups added to that is agreeability. So this is someone who knows how to socialize, organize their social situations. This is someone who knows how to knows about the heart or emotions, I suppose. Um, so this is giving a little bit of like study, giving a little bit of study. So it's leaning a little bit into like, come join us. What's that song from Steven Universe? Like they come join us, or in the palace, there's a room waiting for you. Come join us here in the palace. There's a room waiting for you. something something let us adore you. Yeah, come join us at the temple. There's always a space for you. Let us adore you. Um, then we also have the um, Nine of Cups again. So this is definitely um, this is like, come join us while you're getting what to recover, basically. It's not that, it's not come join us and give up on your dreams of ever finding a soulmate or anything. It's come join us to take a break from all of this. Take a break from all of this. We also have the Ten of Swords. I think this is a little bit more, I don't know why, but it's giving me a little bit more advice on the other end, and that's just going to, it's going to just exacerbate you. And, like, it's very interesting because, well, let's do this one. We also have the Eight of, or no, the Seven of Pentacles. So this is struggle, and Pentacles is about conscientiousness or materials, or material gain, I suppose. The struggle for material gain, and then this person is like, the visual is that they're working on maintaining their crops. So this is, yeah, this is all giving me on the other side when you're thinking about being the bad witch. It's like it's just going to tire you out. You're just putting a lot of your energy. Like, it's like you have a lot of energy and you're putting it into, like, you're still putting it into others by like humoring them enough to bother them. I think that's something interesting, especially for me to hear right now from the goddess. Because I had just spoken with somebody um, on one of these little dating apps, and it was lots of clarity. I got lots of clarity, but I can't keep doing that. Like, I can't keep calling people out. And it's not, it's not. Come to the temple if you like to be called out. Um, I will not leave the temple and place judgment on others. Um, or at least maybe not so verbally, or at least not so. I don't know. I guess this is advice for both of us. Just chill in the palace, um, the temple, the palace, Snowfell Palace, a temple of Aphrodite. How about that? How about that? Snowfell Palace, a temple of Aphrodite. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snowfell Palace, a temple of Aphrodite. I think that'll work. I'm Evangeline, and I'll be your host and oracle this evening. Yes, 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 yes. We also have the Six of Pentacles. So this is like, that's why I was saying for the Elder of Cups is a little bit more like research. It's like, understand emotions, understand what's going on here. Your experience is a deep well of information, very valuable because it comes from only your perspective, and everyone's perspective is exceptionally necessary because not one person can see everything. We say as oracles here, and this is why we come together as oracles to do this. And then we also have the Four of Wands. So this is stay in this energy. This is, look, that's us. That's us, the oracles, talking to you right now. And you are on the outside of the temple gates. Come in. Come join us. Stay in this energy, stay in this loving energy. Don't switch to, like, because like I was saying before, personality, some people can switch from one personality group to another personality group. If you are, and you are, in the romantic group, since you're high in extroversion and high in agreeability, if you lower your agreeability, you'll only be high in extroversion. And those who are high in extroversion and low in agreeability are in the romantic resistant. If you're in the romantic resistant, then you start displaying character traits of narcissism, obsessive, obsessive, well, I'll say narcissistic personality spectrum, obsessive personality spectrum, and antisocial personality spectrum. And I think that's where we get a lot of that. Well, the antisocial one is definitely where we get a lot of that brat energy. And it makes a lot of sense because antisocial emphasizes their extroversion. So I think this is a really good thing to think about. Like when we run into someone who is histrionic like myself, there is like kind of like a fine line between embracing yourself and having fun and being so noticeable that it interrupts the peace of everybody else. This is something that I'm always learning. I'm always learning this the fine line between that. And if you are um, if you're not mindful, your what you perceive as your histrionic, and which is basically your freedom to be seen, that can be interpreted in a disregard for other people's boundaries. This is if you like go out in public and you start singing and dancing in the middle of like a quiet restaurant. Now you might think that you're showing off the beauty of you, but you're disturbing everyone else. There's a difference between just being magnetic and being disturbing. And when you get into the energy of I don't give a fuck what people say, I'm just gonna do whatever, blah blah blah, these people want to test me, I'm gonna show them, blah, blah, that that dark feminine energy, and not to say I don't think everyone uses the dark feminine term the same. I think some people use it in some way and some people use it in another way. I'm talking about a specific dark feminine in which it is like it's very much that you can get into like histrionic can get very into narcissistic energy when they say like there's one thing to say I'm a bad bitch, and then there's another way, and then there's a difference between that and saying I'm the baddest bitch and I'm shitting all these hoes. Like there's a difference between saying I'm a bad bitch and I'm shitting on these hoes. When your esteem is based on how low you can announce other people being, you get more into histrionic. So yeah, this is something that's all a divine, what's it called, channeling, a download. This is a new download. I had not thought about this before this video. um, but that is really something to pay attention to when you're in this group. And the same thing with borderline. Like when a borderline gets into a situation in which they're not appreciated, and then they blow up and they like fuck all this stuff, like did all this for you, blah blah blah, and they start tearing everything down. That's when you move into antisocial energy. Or if you're like that and you're like, I do everything for everybody and everyone else is just so dumb, and I do everything I can to like do everything right because everyone else lacks morals and blah blah blah. That's when you get a little bit into that narcissistic energy. Not that you are a narcissist, but that you are now exhibiting a coping mechanism that is aligned to the narcissistic personality spectrum. And that's what we do in order to protect our extroversion, which is definitely our ego, definitely our confidence in an environment in which it's not promoted to be agreeable. All you're left is with your extroversion. Um, so yeah, it's something to keep in mind. It's much, 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 much better to be in. Well, in my opinion, you can have a different opinion. Someone else might have a different opinion, but I believe that it's much, much better to be in the state of I'm a wonderful person, and instead of being I'm better than everybody else. That there's a difference. There's a difference, and mindfulness helps you maintain your ability to stay in your group, especially when if you're histrionic or borderline and you're being or social like distracted. If you're borderline histrionic or distracted in any of those personality spectrums, if you are ignored at any point or disregarded or not appreciated in some form, it's really, really easy for you to move into narcissistic, antisocial, or obsessive energy. And for the obsessive one, I can talk a little bit about is you're going to be just very, very like, this has to be right, this has to be right, this has to be right, this has to be right. I have to do the right thing in order to get the attention, blah, 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 blah. I have to do everything by myself because I'm the only one who's going to be able to figure out how it is I'm going to get this attention, right? So, so when and people can do this, like people can use this information on purpose, and some people can, if they see someone who's borderline, which means they're just really giving, or histrionic, which means that they're just really like loving, just very like very visually inclined, I suppose, or if you're social, which means that you are always interacting with things, and yeah, always interacting with things. Some people can try to make you feel weird, or like for the borderline, it's more like a simp thing. For histrionic, is more of like attention seeking, and then for distracted, it's very weird. You know, they think you're very weird. And when people project that type of image on you, whether it is explicit, whether they say it, or if they just hint to it, especially by ignoring you, this is a big trigger for the romantic group, is to be ignored. um, some people can do that on purpose, ignore you on purpose, to get you into a different personality group spectrum. Like, they'll do that so they can be like, see, this person isn't blah 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 because they're just like, they're acting like this or whatever. And that's how they get you to crash out, which I see was one of your options here, with the Tower card. Um, and you know, while you're like, you're speed dating or whatever, like, and if you're a high value person, and definitely if you're in the romantic group, you're going to be a high value person. um some people will notice that you're a high value person and not try to give you any not trying to give you any attention. Just kind of like to be like, it's an interesting way to be magnet, like to invoke some type of magnetism. They're trying to like get you to notice them by ignoring you. um but which is very interesting because it doesn't really work like that. um well, I mean, like in a sense, but not in a good way. It gets that it, if they do that to you as a romantic person, if they do that to you, it it makes you pay attention to them, but not provide any value to them or the relationship or situation that you're in. So yeah, um, yeah. Thank you. Um, Thank you. Um, very enlightening. I love doing this stuff because I'm always learning something new. But yeah, don't let come with us. Come join us. Oh, come join us here. I don't know. I can't remember how the song goes. I don't really got the melody, I think. But yeah, come join us in the temple. We'd love to have you. It's love and light here all the time. It's a paradise, honestly. I don't know why people leave when they visit, but some people can't handle that level of energy. So yeah, come stay with us. You don't have to stay with us forever, of course. Whether you're in a relationship or not, you're always welcome. Yeah, you definitely do not have to be single to be an oracle. Um, we have plenty of like we have plenty of oracles in a committed, loving relationship. It's not like being an oracle for Artemis or Athena, where celibacy is important. It's not important here. That's not important here. We definitely do put emphasis on good sexual choices, and that's for your health because that's all connected to beauty, and that's all we do here in Aphrodite. So always make good choices. We believe in we so we we believe in dopamine. So we believe in dopamine. So if you are someone who likes to have lots of sexual experiences and stuff like that, that's okay. Come here, join us, whatever. But we also believe in oxytocin. Like it's not really one or the other. It's not really hyper sexualized, but it's also not super loyal, committed, no one can touch you type of energy. It's not a nunnery, all right? But we do believe in oxytocin, Aphrodite Pandemonia for the dopamine, and Aphrodite Urania for the oxytocin. So we definitely believe in relationships that provide both these chemicals as well as overall serotonin, but that should be a given. Um, so yeah, there's no restriction here besides good decisions. All right, good, loving, dopamine and oxytocin based decisions. All right. So yeah, come stay with us. Um, maybe you'll meet somebody here at the temple. Who knows? I mean, there's plenty of single people here too. Um, yeah, and I actually think it would be lovely if we did a little bit of like a date night. Um, and I think that would be lovely for our coupled oracles here too, because they can have a little bit like, they already do their own date nights and stuff like that because that's just what we do here. But to do like a big, like almost like a ball. I don't know if they did that in ancient Greece, but some type of, it's not a bacchanal because that is a very different energy. That is a very free for all energy, very dopamine based. Hi Dionysus, hi, how are you? Always trying to get in here. Dionysus is always trying to get in here. Um, we're not mad at it because he's really cute about it, but or they're really cute about it. I don't know where their pronouns are nowadays. They're very gender fluid, so they be switching back and forth. Sometimes they come in here and they're like, and they'll actually be rather demanding about their pronouns on the day they decide whatever their pronoun is, which very fun. It's very fun to have them visit, have her visit, whatever. Um, to have Dionysus visit. But if you are looking, well, not you, you're not looking for that. You're looking for both dopamine and oxytocin. So yeah, come join us. Um, if Dionysus does invite you to a party, don't go. You can. I'm not saying you can't go. I'm just saying that it's not exactly what it seems like you're looking for. So it's going to be a little bit more of a distraction. It's if Aphrodite had deemed you worthy of going the crash out way, then I would say yeah, go visit Dionysus at his temple. But since Aphrodite has suggested that you do the good witch um, decision, I would avoid that until you get into a more comfortable um, situation or you get some other form of divine guidance. Um, but yeah, other than that, it was lovely to have you here. Oh my gosh, such a pleasure. You don't know how many people have come to the temple with less than pleasant atmosphere. You're a lovely creature. Yes. Take all the time you need to make your decision whether or not you want to join us. We'll always be here and we'll always be welcoming. You're always welcome. I wish I could. Can I give you something? What do I have to give you? Here, take this. Take this. It's okay if you lose it, but keep it to remember us. It's not like an invitation thing or other. Again, you don't need to show this to anybody to join. Honestly, you just have to come here and say you want to join. But yeah, take this. I'm just gonna place this in your hair here. Yeah, look, you look perfect. Oh my gosh. Yes. Please consider joining us. Um, yeah. You don't know. Oh my gosh, you don't know what it means to me to have a visitor of your energy. But anywho, that's all I have for you. I wish you the best on all your journeys. Um, I hope you enjoyed your visit here. If you didn't enjoy your visit here, then that's your choice, and we completely understand it. Um, we hope that you have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night. If you do not wish to have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night, you might hence you might want to crash out later. I don't know. Um, that's it's totally your choice. All of it's your choice. All free will. And we the oracles here and the divine goddess, we all respect your decision. All right. So until next time, guys, I'll see you.